User joined your
I
channel.
think you
So you want to explain to me why you? Okay.
You'll never take him alive.
Did he freeze you? Wait. Did he freeze you?
I mention it almost every week.
Yeah, he broke.
Please don't tell your
Oh,
kids
yeah,
to push the button. So, right. Sorry, my dog's
Yeah,
playing
you
with
can
the
keep
gun.
I tried to
We have
take
several
him, but
people
you can
out
keep him
watching
now.
trainings
He's
Get out of here.
this last week,
Get
and this
outta
week will be
here.
heavily as well.
You'll never
Now
take
he's running.
him.
You're gonna have to get past to me.
We are all
You're gonna have to
cracking
get past
down
to me if you want
on
to get that recruit,
trainers
boy.
that aren't following procedure. So
I'm too fat.
everyone that is in the staff team and trainers
Oh.
have been told this for over 2 weeks now. So at this point, if you tell your recruits about the red alarm, it's just straight disregard of orders. So as mentioned before, the strike forum is up and working. I am investigating those claims. So the majority of these guys, the TRIs, TROs, whenever they put a claim in for you for either not training because you have some RP duty, or you're not training because you're doing something else, or fake AFKing, they're putting strikes in for you guys, and
User in your channel
I
timed
am putting those on you. So if you don't have any valid reason for not training, then it's a strike, and that's period. So.
Okay, so we'll move on to Castro.
Okay, so a couple things. Firstly, this is mostly to TRRs and TRs. When you're training your recruits, and I guess this goes to TRIs when they're training trainers as well, but when you guys are training anyone in general, this is just a good practice. Ask whoever
User
you're
joined
training
your channel.
to ask them if they have questions, because a lot of the times the person that is training you the person that is training you is going to be someone, of course, higher up than you, and it's just natural human nature to kind of be intimidated a little bit, so you're not going to want to ask questions because you're wondering if that might be a stupid question or whatever, and that's understandable. So make sure that you, as the trainer or superior or whatever, you're taking the initiative and saying, do you have any questions for me? It's okay, you can ask me
User
questions in
joined
the
your
next few
channel.
days,
User in your channel
stuff
timed
like
out.
that. It's important to be friendly in any sort of scenario, because that's something that we, pride ourselves on generally as a trainer system. So next part, this goes to TRIs. If you don't, well, firstly, it goes to TRRs and TRs. When you see someone needs training, go to them and train them. I mean, that's kind of your duty. That's what you should be
User
doing
entered your
primarily.
channel.
And we notice that people make comments on the trainer roster all the time saying that this person volunteered to train, this person did a really awesome training when they volunteered. We notice that. It's not just something we bluff about, we really do. So please make sure you're taking the initiative. But TRIs, if you need to pull a trainer and you're not being able to pull a trainer because there are none on, it is your responsibility, it's your secondary responsibility as a TRI to train that recruit, because it's not your job to pull trainers,
Insufficient disconnected
primarily
from your
it's your
channel.
job to make sure that the recruit is getting a trainer, usually by pulling, but if you can't pull a trainer, then you have to do it yourself. That's just one of your responsibilities. And then, of course, if we as TROs don't see any TRIs, then of course we have to do that. I mean, that's kind of the COC of that scenario. Nextly, if there's a
User
recruit
joined your channel.
who, like, for example, I remember when I was, like a TR, if I had a recruit who did not understand key bindings at all, I would get, like, kind of mad, but, like, I wouldn't express that. What did I say nextly? Oh, shit. Right, whatever. But I would contain it, and you just have to be friendly with all your recruits when they don't understand something. So, I mean, like I said before, we pride ourselves on friendliness and the ability to just be kind of understanding. So if you have a recruit who really does want to understand, but they don't for whatever reason, then, I mean, you have to be kind to them, and you have to extend yourself as the trainer to go one step further and explain it in more detail and make sure that they do understand how to play on our server, because that's how we set up a good image for ourselves. We do represent ICUs and military RP, And so if you just get frustrated and say whatever, let's move on, I mean, they're gonna think that IceFuse is low quality, that we don't make sure everyone understands our rules, the foundation of the server. So it's really important that you do make sure they do understand how to do everything, make sure that they're thinking positively of their experience on IceFuse, and you guys are the first people that new players meet. So your jobs are pretty important, even if you don't think so. So basically, just be nice, I guess. That's all I have to say.
Okay, thank you for the essay. Tennessee, you wanted to say something?
Oh my god.
Yes, I do. Just to reiterate a little bit on what he said, gentlemen. This training, you are the first people that they meet on the server, so we want you to be as buddy-buddy with them as you can. I personally remember my very first trainer on the Clone Wars server. His name was Raisin, and the reason why I remember his name is because he did a phenomenal job. Literally, he didn't stop just there at the text screens. He did read the text screens directly to me, but then he went into a
User
little bit
left
more
your channel.
and was like, oh, you can't go in this room because this, and this. And for instance,
User
like I
was
said,
moved to your
upstairs
channel.
on the Clone Wars channel, you can't say Order 66 on the server because then it would water down that event. It would make it where it doesn't fully function with everything else. So
User
the reason why I'm
disconnected
giving
from
this
your
BTS
channel.
is because I want you guys to go in a little bit more in depth in things.
User in
Mind
your
you,
channel
I
timed
haven't
out.
been on the server in at least a week now because I'm still on an LOA, but I thought that what I seen previously of the trainer system, we're just going through it rapidly and trying to read off those text screens
User
as
was
fast
moved
as
to
we
your
can just to
channel.
put up numbers. Guys, this team, to my knowledge, was not established at first to put up
User
numbers.
was moved to
It
your
was put
channel.
up to do an organic growth, and for those who don't know what organic growth is, it's
User entered your channel.
basically being friendly with the person that you're trying to
User disconnected
teach
from your channel.
how to play our servers. Tell them about your trials and tribulations that you went through. Tell them about the
User
different
left your
events
channel.
and possibilities they can do on the server. Like, literally go into your experiences, and they will probably remember your name down the line as well. I mean, everybody in this community goes through these trainings. I went through the trainings. I mean, I went through Trial Mod as well, so I know how it is to be in your shoes. But you need to have that inspiration that, hey,
Get off of it.
Be enough for everybody.
Of IceFuse community. And this guy,
Ah.
even if I do leave IceFuse
Looks
community,
so
this
weird
guy that I'm
in
training
first person.
actually remember who I am. Like I said, I remember Raisin because he literally was like, this is how you do this, and I actually had a problem with this previously, but then I was
Damn it, we
one
lost it.
of the better ways to do it. So if you go into that, you are creating more of a friendship, and it's creating more organic growth for you, yourself, and our community. Trust me, Lemonade is a big one. Me and him didn't see eye to eye at first. I didn't train him, mind you, but I did have to go in and actually show him a few other things on how to train people, so to speak. And he literally was just mass producing numbers when I was DVL. And that was because he would show people how to do it, and then he would observe other people doing it. As a TR, I mean, guys, you literally, if you want to take that step up, you can do most of the stuff
User
I'm
was
trying
moved to
do
your channel.
right now in your current position. Yes, you